one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We pray. Heavenly Father, we are grateful for this place to meet and come together, and we ask you to help us to get lots done on that kind of Rotarian improvements on the face of the earth that we would like to do. We ask all of this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I'm going to ask them to shut down the noise.
And the air would be nice. Wish I brought my winter coat in today.
It's only supposed to be like 60 something today.
I know it was going to be a little chillier, but Jiminy Crickets, it's bad when it's colder inside than it is outside.
Things to do, people to see.
I am so far behind, it'll take me 10 years just to catch up. Work in general.
How are you doing, Leonard?
Good, good. Got a new bed. I got an adjustable bed, so I'm sleeping better.
Oh, good.
I'm glad to hear that. And your fall did not deter you from business as usual?
A little bit. My one knee hurts, but it's getting better. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay. Diane had sent me an email saying that she wouldn't be here today because of a change of schedule. So maybe we can start with this. Is that going to be every Wednesday? I don't think so. She did say that it was, and she's been here pretty regularly. Excuse me.
Okay. Let's skip over the brags. We will be picking up the trailer hauling cans tomorrow, which would have been last Thursday. Pizza Pit Ranch bill was $90, and I think it was 56 cents, but I didn't quite catch the end of that. It will be $200 to drill out the lock and $50 to have a new keys made for the safe deposit box. Greg made a motion to drill out the lock and assure nothing was in the box to close it up. I seconded that motion. Helen has a blood drive ad bill for $30. The next drive is, and I don't think I caught this one right because I had November or October 2nd, but then you said it was every other month. So is it November 2nd?
It is next month. It's October. Yeah.
So it is October 2nd. Okay, so I was right.
A week from today.
They give Rotary a lot of credit for the drive. Helen states we should see if Katie would like to remain part of our club through Zoom. Katie is in Victor. We will check to see how this will work. Rotary has been asked to judge the Christmas lights. The chamber wants nothing to do with it. Rotary, we kind of tabled it, but we were talking about us still judging. Arlington Place will still provide prizes. We just didn't know about businesses. So I was supposed to look up the winners and bring it to this week's meeting, which I did. And I also brought in the letter from Helen Hunt in regards to assisting our Rotary Club and her backing out on us. And October 8th is Rockwell City Rotary meeting. Parker Aiden is back and is working for Brian Dewey, and he chose to not get his master's degree. Leonard suggests we get Parker to join the Rotary Club, and he wants to do something for the community, so he might be a good fit. And that was it.
Treasurer's report, and then we'll come back to do brags and find out how.
Our original account is $1,953.71. Our can account is $3,988.19. And I spoke to the bank about the safe deposit box. They're in no hurry. Obviously, we're in no hurry. So we left it at they would kind of wait and see if they had any other boxes come along that might need to be drilled out and save mileage by doing a group drill out. For lack of a better word. So as long as they're in no hurry, I don't see how we could be in a hurry.
Do we still have to pay a monthly fee though?
It's billed yearly.
Oh, okay.
It's like $7 a year.
So it's not gonna break us or?
No, it's $14 in arrears. The fact that we're desiring to close it, I don't know what that does to our past balance. I won't mention it if they don't.
Did you hear that, Leonard?
Yep.
Is he frozen?
Yeah, might be.
Internet today.
We got it. It's just a video.
Yeah.
Oh, video, so.
Were
Yeah.
you able to pick up on what Doc Dahl reported?
Yeah. Yep. Never do today what you can save till tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it.
How much is in our regular account? Would you repeat that, Doc?
$1,953.71.
Thank you.
That should be pretty much up to date. I did get your email the last few days about the district dues, but I replied to you that you had already sent that invoice last month, the 21st or thereabouts, and I paid it on the 26th last month. So that had already been taken care of.
Yes, and I don't know why they still have Ann's address. That's
Oh, I have no idea either.
yeah. Well, I haven't
You can
addressed that, so I'll do that and then give them that.
forward the correct address.
I thought that was kind of weird because I just got a thing from them too about that. And I'm like, when I saw it, the bill, and when I saw it, I thought, well, that ain't right because you had already said, and I remember you saying that you had paid those dues already. So I don't know. It was weird.
I don't know. And I paid it on the 26th, so that has not cleared the bank yet. We'll
That's
see.
probably why we still got another bill is because they ain't received it or it's sitting on somebody's desk somewhere.
Is that the way we usually get billed? I didn't recall that in the past that it's gone to
Email?
Ann's, yeah.
I've always gotten an email.
Yeah, I was thinking that Lori had sent it on to me. Why Ann is still in the loop, I have no idea.
A while back, yeah, I had. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of things pop up still with Dan's name on it.
Who do you usually send that to? Is that
Well,
Sue
I
Ellen?
returned it to Rotary District 5970, PO Box 445, New Hampton, Iowa 50659 US.
And you know what's really weird about that too is how are they even sending it to Ann? I mean, obviously they don't check the website then either because she's been off of our
Oh,
roster for a
yes.
long time.
Well, the executive secretary who took John Last's place a year and a half ago, or maybe 2 years ago, is Sue Ellen, and I don't recall her last name, but I know she lives in New Hampton, so that must be where it goes. So I'll email Sue Ellen and mention that the bill had been paid on August 26th and that Ann Harrison is no longer a member. And should those emails be coming to you directly, Doc?
And this invoice says from Rotary District 5970, and it is to Lori and CC to Helen.
See, the one I had gotten was billed to Pocahontas Rotary and Harrison. Of course, that was this one that I copied off was on July 1st of 2019, and that's when you said you'd already paid them, right?
No, I paid him August 26th.
Okay, I must have just, when you said it was paid, I wrote paid on it.
It hadn't gotten from you.
That was for the one for 288, right? Yep, yeah. But yeah, it does still have Ian on there.
So that check was for 288.
Yes,
That's the,
that's at the rate of $36 per member. And at that time, we officially had 8 members.
and we're still at 8 members.
Well, once we get Diane added, if she decides she's going to continue, then that'll be 9.
Yeah. Are you hearing this discussion, Leonard?
Yep, no problem.
And I'm not sure why Diane is still hesitant. She told us a month or 2 ago that she's interested in joining 2 other offers, I think she said. But she likes what Rotary does. She likes international connections. So I guess we'll let it ride for a couple more weeks. But let's see, our quarter ends when? Today.
So she waits until the next meeting for official join. Then the 4th quarter would theoretically be her pre-quarter.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's playing this or what.
And then your syrup?
Yep.
Syrup goes to
And school has been in session now for 2 months, so for 1 month.
All right, like that. Anything else, guys? Right. Enjoy. Yeah.
Well, Mary could give us an update on Clifford's.
Well, we just went this morning for the post-op checkup, and he has been having some headaches, which they didn't expect, and so they told him to go on Tylenol and take one every not more than 6 hours. And so he was feeling kind of drug out this morning because the ride in the car does, I don't know what to do with there, but we bought some Tylenol there for the ride home, and got home about 11:15 or so this morning, about an hour ago.
Where do you go through? His doctor's appointment?
The first doctor is Dr. Bolton's out here at the hospital, and they're on the same system with the Fort Dodge Hospital, Unity. And Dr. Willard was his surgeon there. And this morning we saw a baby, can't think of her name now, that's kind of an assistant for Dr. Willard. While we were there, she questioned him a couple of times on the machine to answer some of the questions that Clifford had. So.
So it's a polygraph? He had to take a polygraph? And you said answer questions on the machine. Oh, wow.
Well, I think she actually left for that. I don't know, but anyway, they want to see us then, him again now then, a week from tomorrow, Thursday.
How did the operation go?
We thought fine.
How long was he in the hospital?
I'm just, nobody can quite account for these headaches and things. Overnight he was. And so, it was the day that kind of drug on. It took quite a long while to get everything.
So the question is, did he get his stitches out?
Not yet. They put one, this one, just to release something, I don't know. But no, they're still there. And maybe, I don't know, that would be a long time for another week. Wait for another week. But he's supposed to see the local doctor then, or tomorrow. In 2 days. So probably that's going to be really.
Did you hear all of that, Leonard?
Yep, good news.
Yeah.
Moving, just keep moving.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Well, in terms of old business, then I think we'll discuss the Christmas light judging. And Lori, did you understand that the chamber will not share in any of the costs? And one of the things that comes to mind is the advertising. That in the past, the ads have been quite a nice size.
And that I don't know, because somebody was going to talk to oh geez, who's this new city administrator?
Joe DeMol.
Yeah, somebody was going to talk to her and ask her if they were going to do anything because they weren't getting anywhere with Carmella.
Yeah, that's me.
And you didn't?
Anything
No.
to report, right?
I've been over there 3 or 4 times and haven't caught the whole of it yet. But I
I
was just
didn't hear that. Greg, have you been able to find her or not?
no.
Let me put some input in. Wendy Kirchhoff was in yesterday and talked quite a while about all this stuff. The art walk especially, Carmella was going to can all that too, and the hometown Christmas. And Wendy,
I heard all that too.
Wendy and Sandy Rutherford are making a live again. And I told them, they're going to need money. There is hotel and motel tax money available for tourism. So if you could make it all look like tourism, it should be helpful. And I just told Wendy yesterday. So you might both want to stay on top of Joe DeWall then.
I'm trying,
Good.
but her part was just to see if we can get her to do the utility bill thing that apparently they did before.
Right.
I'm seeing Wendy Kirchhoff at 1 o'clock, so I'll
Okay.
talk to her about it then.
Yeah, she's a doer. She gets stuff done.
Yeah, I think she's trying to get everybody on board with all this because I don't know, the chamber is kind of switching. I shouldn't say the chamber. Let's just say that some people are trying to change things to where it's not really supporting the businesses, but pocketing their own pockets. Let's put it that way.
I don't know what they're up to,
So-
but it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. And Wendy's a little upset about it. So she actually had a lady from Bancroft that was the same thing that Carmella does,
Uh-huh.
was going to come and talk to him tomorrow, and Carmella blew up.
Oh, wow.
But it ended up that lady can't make it now anyway because she has to take somebody to the doctor now. So,
Trouble in River City.
yeah.
Starts with yeah.
Yeah. But it would have been good, to
Yeah.
hear another town's input on stuff and how much they support their town.
Yeah.
Well, even if she couldn't come, another day could be arranged and just do like we're doing. Set up a Zoom meeting or a conference call or something so that the chamber can get information from another chamber in terms of what the role and responsibilities are of the chamber director or whatever her title is.
Carmella,
Yeah.
I don't think she's director. She's just, I don't know what her title is.
Economic
she's not-
Development Director.
She's not the president of the chamber.
She's Economic Development Director. I believe that's the same as what Eric List was before Eric List moved into the city administrator.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
Well, Schultes wants to know what to plan on for Christmas. Are we at a point we can determine that, or do we want to gather more information and next week make that decision?
I think it's going to happen. We just don't know the prizes yet, right?
Right. I think we're going to do the judging. I just don't know what all the other factors are.
I'm good for a prize.
Okay, Leonard.
Thanks, Leonard.
I don't die. I'll call you if I die.
He's
All
going to
right,
call
Leonard.
us.
To a winner of somebody.
I don't think we're at the point where we can fully detail our potential involvement. I think the ball is still partly in other people's courts.
Well, and the issues are the ads, who's going to design that, who's going to pay for it, what the prizes will be and who will furnish those.
And I already said Arlington Place will do the
Arlington Place said they'll put baskets, and Leonard says he'll get a prize, and hopefully I'll get a hold of Joan and see if the city will do the utility bill thing, or Pokebucks, or however they went about it.
Yeah,
Is that what
When
they
they
did?
were- when
They
they-
gave them Pokebucks?
when they were involved.
Okay.
Lori, were you referring to Arlington Place furnishing the prizes for residential?
Mhm.
And then the city?
it was,
provide for-
yeah, they provided, I believe, didn't they?
I can ask. She may or may not know.
I can't remember who we provided for last year.
And so do you want to read those off, Lori, who were the prize winners last year? And the first place of each of the residential and the business would be the holder of the trophy this year.
So residential, first place, Ray Olinger, second place, Shar Beekman, third place, Deb North. Businesses, first place, Abstract Company, second place, New Impressions, and third place, Quilting on Main.
I suppose that the Record Democrat would have copies of the ads from last year, so we could change the date and work with that. Does anyone recall if we paid for the ads last year?
I don't think we did.
I don't remember that we did, but do you recall anything, Dennis? Dennis is reviewing his checkbook.
Yeah, I could hear it flipping all the way over here.
I'm thinking,
The only thing we paid for was the Bikes for Tykes ad.
right, so we didn't pay for it.
Apparently not.
Either somebody else paid it or they ran it for free.
I'm
Wait.
pretty sure that the city ran it. Pretty sure.
It's another thing I can bring up with Joan when I see her.
And they don't have to do that much. If Lorenz, when they do theirs, the Christmas lighting, I know we talked about this before, they don't put money in for your electric or anything. They're giving like Christmas lights, boxes of Christmas lights. That's it. Oh, yes, they are. Sorry, they're $10 off on the bill. But here they were doing like what, 100 off or something, and
Yeah, I think it was 150 and 25
Really?
prizes, yeah.
Wow.
yeah, and it doesn't have to be, it
That's
doesn't have
a
to.
little much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's made for Christmas lights.
It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. And I don't think we did anything up for businesses other than they had the trophy. But maybe we want to ask whoever we get the trophy from on what they got last year.
I was thinking that the prizes were the same for each. Do you recall anything about that, Leonard?
Nope, no idea.
Me neither.
And it could have been for the city, but I know Arlington Place only provided
I was in the
baskets.
hospital last Christmas.
I was gone. I don't know what happened.
I think we only provided 3 baskets, so, and I think that was all for residential.
Well, we'll do some checking. Greg will track down Joan and find out if they're willing to pay for the ads. The city would pay, and then also provide prizes or so much off on utility bill. And Laurie, did you say you're going to go to the chamber meeting tomorrow?
Yeah.
So maybe you can garner some information from
Sure.
Or ask
That usually gets dropped like a lead ball when I bring something up. Boom. It's like, okay. We just kind of carry on and skip the whole discussion. I'm like, all right.
Well, maybe tomorrow will be different.
Who are some of the leaders in the chamber?
Carmela. Oh, geez. Secretary is, I know her name too. I can picture her. Is it Amanda?
Kendall?
Mm-hmm.
Who took over for Gina?
I don't think there was anybody. You mean Jenna Becker?
Yeah, she was.
I haven't seen anybody there from the nursing home. And the new.
Well, she was like president of the chamber.
President of the chamber.
Oh, so that was. I think it's Amanda is the president.
All right.
What's her business?
She works at the
Hospital.
hospital in communications, and she also runs the paper. The editor of the paper, which is the online newspaper for Lorenz. Amanda's the editor of that.
And I heard, was this a week or so ago, that the new administrator out there. Well, I heard it the night that we were volunteering for at the Rialto that new administrator out there walked on him the day before.
She what?
She walked. Went bye-bye.
Oh,
She
wow.
said hasta la vista.
From what I understand, that's probably made a lot of people happy, but we'll see.
When was that?
The last
Last
time
week.
that we worked at the Rialto, that was last week, right?
Yep, that's what-
So it was last Wednesday night. I was told that because they came up to me and said, "Do you know last night or yesterday she walked. She took off. She quit. She didn't like her, couldn't get along with whoever runs it or owns it or whatever, and
whatever.
so she said to heck with it and left. So now there's another girl, which my cook was telling me about, that has worked there for a long time, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember her name. But she is now doing their human resources. She's the acting manager, and she's pretty much doing everything now.
So that would be Rose.
But getting no, Rose quit out there a long time ago.
Rose, yeah, I just talked to Rose like last week. She quit over a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to.
I didn't know either until I talked to her at Woods like 2 days ago or whatever it was.
Yeah, I knew when she had quit just because, you know, I see her all the time, but yeah, she quit a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of them that were let go from this new administrator that had been there forever. Yeah, because a lot of people were upset about it. I don't really know half of them that work out there, but I hear it through the grapevine.
Longtime employees were let go.
I don't.
One had been there for, I think they said like 20 years, and they let her go. Yeah, some of them, yeah.
Hustle. I gotta leave in 15 minutes.
Hire somebody newer at a lower wage?
I don't know. I worked at a place that did that once before because it was really sad seeing those that were so good leave, but I don't know. That could quite possibly be it. But yeah, they cleaned house.
This last week, I got a reminder, I think, sent out to all the Rotary clubs in our district, reminding us that the tax report is due November 15th, and that's the 503, 50.
Form 990, but we've never cleared up the outstanding mess. So
Yeah.
not gonna file any reports at this point in time.
No, and I did go back and get some information, up-to-date information, just to help us with the discussion. One of the things that we talked about a year ago was could each club in District 5970 use the 501c3 tax exempt status from the district? And the answer is simple, no.
Well, yeah, we do that.
Yeah, I'm just reminding us that that was one of the things that we investigated last year, and it said, according to what I copied and pasted from the district website, a club or club foundation itself must meet the requirements of the Internal Revenue Code in order to receive charitable contributions. So each club has to have their own. Something that came up this week also was that Brenda Verba and you, Leonard, have put your heads together and talked about the need to have a paved path at the Princess Park. And I think Brenda said the other day that she'd like to use all of the memorial money, which was about $1,700, I think, to use for that project. Margot and Brenda and I had a phone conference yesterday, and Margot is a Rotarian, so she and I were telling Brenda that it would be nice if our club could apply for a district grant of $1,700, and that would pay for the labor for a path, and then I think also pouring a cement pad, and then we could get another park table and bench up front through application for the county foundation money. So when I looked on our website, the district grant was due July 15th, I think. So we're past that, but I was thinking we could apply for a Rotary grant because Brenda's donation of the memorial money for Gary could be used as the matching funds to get a district grant, the matching funds are required. And this would give us that money to be used as a match. But
And who was the memorial on?
for Gary, her husband, Gary Rubin.
BRBA.
Yeah.
So, Brenda's goal, and Leonard, you can talk a little more about this, but Brenda's goal was to get this done in time for next year's 150th celebration of Pocahontas being a city. Do you want to add to that, Leonard?
The only thing I know, did she and Margot get it all set up? I hadn't heard for sure. But hers is a committee advised fund. But yeah, they plan to, basically like I did. Mine's a donor advised fund, which is me. And hers is committee advised, so she's got helpers. But yeah, it's going to be a permanent fund that people can continue to contribute to. So it's not just a one-shot deal. She said, I don't know her parameters, kind of set it up with. But it was a great thing she's done, that's for sure.
Yes.
And Margaret, it takes time for whatever reason, but they'll get it done.
Yeah. We did get the estimate from Cody DeWall.
Okay.
And his labor cost was $3,600.
Okay.
And Brenda thought that was too high. She used as her the driveway that she and Gary put in a year or a year and a half ago. And the labor was, I don't know if it was half of that, but anyway, the upshot is Brenda's going to get 2 more estimates.
Or is she going to give an estimate from Tim Garman, I believe it is, the concrete guy or the local concrete guy?
I don't know that name was mentioned, but I can check. Tim Donnerman.
Jeff Luff does it too.
Yeah, Jeff Luft.
Yeah.
He's going to be expensive, trust me.
And Jeff Lyle was another.
It depends
name.
though, because if it's for something that had to do with the memorial or something too, you can
For our floor, he came in at 32,000, and we got it for 12 somewhere else.
Did you hear that, Leonard? What
Yeah.
Greg said?
Yeah.
Tried Tim Garman.
Okay, I'll pass that along to Brenda.
But you can ask him anyway.
Do you
Doesn't
know
hurt.
of anybody else, Leonard?
The bank tore up what Dean Extra had put down, so that's not a good sign.
Yeah, well, I think there were 2 projects that Extran had done that had to be torn up. So
Oh, that's
his name did come up yesterday and it was set aside. His name was set aside.
By the way, Brenda's got a real foundation, so other people can continue to, I've been hustling money, a lot of my customers even. I get $20 here, $20 there. And that possibility exists for Brenda's fund too, that just a little work on somebody's part to get some people locally to contribute to that too.
Yeah, because the nice part for us, even though we missed the 150th celebration of Pocahontas, but continuing to develop Princess Park, I think would be a nice partnership for a Rotary grant to partner with Brenda or with you, Leonard.
Yeah, well, here's another thing. Since we don't have current 990s, technically you can't deduct the money you give to us. So
To Rotary, yeah.
if you just make noise for it, that'll help them. You don't
And
have.
I'm wondering too, if we would be eligible for a district grant since we don't have that status. We haven't straightened that out.
It can't go through us if it needs to. I mean, they won't, it's such a convoluted, I don't know how, it's like laundering money. Greg and I were talking about this. They got to have that money, it's perfectly laundered. But in fact, Greg, just an aside, I've got someone who may be donating the money to Rialto directly. And I've got her talking to the Stephanie Webbing about it, and she may contact you.
Okay.
It's a theater person named Robbie Kudla. And she's an active grant. She's done this before. But anyway, yeah, if we can just make noise, that alone helps. You know, especially through the Hometown Pride Committee. Use them as a vehicle to get the people in town fired up to make that park work out there.
Yes,
That's the goal.
it is, and we've come such a long way in a relatively short amount of time developing the park. And of course, it's been a great help to have the Pocahontas High School kids, not just the Interact, but the art club and Bob the Builder class to build that restroom. So, well, I think that takes care of our meeting unless there's some other item of business.
I talked to Parker. I did talk to Parker. He's interested. I'll see if I can drag him here next week.
Thank you, Greg. Yay, Greg. Oh, here's another aside from Parker. I think I may have mentioned I have a woman from California that's moving to Rolfe. Have I told you guys about this? I got an interesting note on Facebook about a month ago. This woman asked for my help. She said her daughter was buying a house in Rolfe. And she says, I have no idea why in the world anybody would want to go to Pocahontas County. We looked everything up around here and we do not look pretty. She said, except for you, I would go there to visit you. I'm so good.
Oh.
And I said, I'll help. And she's a 24-year-old woman, tired of, I don't know, it's some 2,600 person town in the desert of California. Wants out of there. She's a Rite Aid pharmacy manager, but she'll do whatever. And I've got her and Dewey talking about her working for Dewey. And then I told, Parker is Dewey's community manager. So I've got Parker watching it too. She's going to be moving in she'll be here in about a month. Anybody's got any involved? Her name is Willow something or other. Hang on, let's see if we can share a screen.
She might be a prospective member as well then.
Possibly, I don't know. She's not your typical, well, she's your typical young person, but why not? Hold on, let me see if I can.
You got 3 minutes, Leonard.
All right, give me 3 minutes.
I don't want to miss this meeting.
Share somewhere.
If not, she's not coming till next month. We can get it next week.
Here we go, share. See, there's a lot of cool stuff. There she is.
There you are.
Yeah, there you are.
You see her?
Willow Barling. Okay.
Yep.
Barling. B-A-R-L-I-N-G.
Lenore.
Okay, thanks, Leonard.
Yeah, you bet.
All right.
We'll see you next week then.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Yep,
Bye.
thank you, Leonard. Glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, thanks. I'll try to stay off the floor.
Okay, goodbye. Did you get that Bluetooth to work then?
Connect.